How do you get the most out of your baseball career? Everybody says it's 90% mental, yet you're still working on it less than 10% of the time. Why? Because no one's ever showed you how. Until now. In my baseball masterclass, I walk you through how to master the mental game of baseball. In this 1% audio, 14 minutes and 24 seconds, I'm going to give you my very best when it comes to mastering the most mental game that there is, the game of baseball. You see, if you want to maximize your potential, if you want to close that gap, and we all got a gap. Little league to big leagues, we got a gap. Hall of Famer to no-namer, you got a gap. And that gap is where you're playing compared to where you could play. That gap of what you're living in this moment compared to what your true potential is. And if there's one regret the players I've worked with, coaches I've worked with in the great game of baseball say at the end of their career is, I wish I had reached my potential. I wish I had gotten more, gotten everything out of my ability. I had the drive. I had the work ethic. I had what it took. But I didn't have it between the ears because I was never trained. See, you're not born mentally tough. You're trained mentally tough. And you don't rise to the occasion. You sink to your training. Whether you're in a World Series, whether you're in a preseason game, you will sink to your training. So let's get right into it and talk about mental training for baseball. You see, it starts with controlling the things that you can control. You can't control the past. You can't control the future. All you can control is where you're living right now, where your feet are. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow, that's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Give your presence to each and every pitch. Every pitch has a life and history of its own. Every pitch can be the pitch that changes the game, changes your career. But you never know when that pitch is coming. So you got to play them all as if they're going to be that pitch. And in order to play one pitch at a time, you've got to be able to live in the present moment. To stop counting the days and start making the days count. To stop focusing on outcomes that you don't control and lock in on the things that you do control. Controlling what you can control is the first step to mastering the mental game of baseball. Look, you don't control the umpire's call. And frankly, don't be so bad that you need every call to go your way for you to win. You don't control the pitches that you see. You don't control the hitters that you face. You don't control the field conditions. You don't control your coaches. You don't control Major League Baseball scouts. You don't control perfect game rankings. You don't control what the fans say. You don't control what other people think, what other people say. You don't even control your batting average. How many times have you hit the ball on the screws right at somebody and you're out walking back to the dugout? You did your job. You hit the ball hard. Hit the ball hard, you're going to play this game for a long time. Focus on batting average, and mentally, you're going to disappear from the game in no time. You see, batting average, you can't control. Quality at bat average, you got more influence over. Let's go talk about quality at bats for a second. And if you don't have a notebook out yet, get one and start taking it down, because this audio isn't designed to be temporary. This isn't designed to be motivational. This is designed to be legendary, long-term philosophy to give you the best chance for success. Quality at-bats. Any at-bat that helps improve your team's chances at winning. Because that's the number one thing, winning, but we don't control winning. We don't win by focusing on winning. We win by focusing on winning pitches in the process and controlling the things that we can control. Quality at-bats, hit by pitch, base on balls. See 8 pitches or more, make that pitcher work. You go down 0-2, see 4 more pitches. Any hard hit ball, that's what we're after, is a quality at-bat. Move a runner from second to third with no outs. Any RBI. Put down a sacrifice bunt, hit a sacrifice fly, put down a quality bunt. I mean, if you put the bunt in the kill zone, you put that bunt down the third baseline, 45 feet from the catcher, 45 feet from the third base bag, making the pitcher, the third baseman, and the catcher work, and they make a tremendous play and throw you out by a step. If you put the ball in the kill zone where you want it to, that is a quality bunt. That is the same as hitting a line drive 400 feet right at the center field wall, and it's caught for an out. Quality at bats. Everyone says baseball is a game of failure. Is it? No, it's a game of misguided information. Here's what I mean. If you focus on batting average and you hit 300, you're going to the Hall of Fame. Well, you don't control batting average. We've already discussed that. But if your quality at bat average is 500, you're going to be playing this game for a long time. And if your quality at bat is 500, you know what that means? This is a 50-50 game. You're right where you need to be. Pitchers, let's chat for a second. You see, when you're on the mound, what is your goal? And as I work with over 950 players drafted into professional baseball, as I've worked with college baseball national championship winning universities, Oregon State, Coastal Carolina, Cal State Fullerton, Vanderbilt, the TCU Horned Frogs, who have been there 5 times, North Carolina, who's been there multiple times. When I sit down with those players, when I sit down with those coaches, when we're in a pitcher's meeting and I say, pitchers, what's your job? What do they say? Keep my team in the game. Hang a 0. Give my team a chance to win. No, those are the outcomes of you doing your job, which is execute a pitch, man. Execute a pitch. Once that ball leaves your hand, there is nothing you can do. So make sure that while that ball's in your hand, you do everything you can do to be in control of yourself, because you got to be in control of yourself before you can control your performance. You got to be in control of yourself before you can control your performance. And if you can execute quality pitches, which is I throw the ball where I intended to throw it, and you can do that consistently, you got a chance to play this game for a long time. But even if you throw 100, and I've seen players who can throw 100, but they don't know where it's going, that gives the hitter the advantage. And I've seen pitchers in the same program, Preston Morrison, pitch 82 to 86, 88 miles an hour at TCU, rewrote the record books. 3-time All-American, Team USA player, because he never gave a pitch away. Don't give a pitch away. Don't give an at-bat away. Don't give a day away. Don't count the days, make the days count. If you want to play this game of baseball at the highest level, there are players all over the world who want what you want. And we know that the best team doesn't win. The best player doesn't win. It's a team and players who play the best. They win. And if you want to win, you got to dial into what's important now. We've talked about controlling what you can control. We've talked about the process of quality at-bats, quality pitches. Let's talk about living in the present moment, that greatest gift that you can give. When you go walk into home plate as a hitter, you put that dominant hand on the barrel of the bat. You pull those shoulders back like you are 10 feet tall and bulletproof. You do the octagon walk, walking up to home plate, positioning yourself, setting yourself up to go compete with that guy on the mound. Big body language, never showing weakness. And when you get to home plate and you clean out that turf or you clean out that box and you take possession of that box because it is your box, feel the dirt underneath your feet. Hear the dirt underneath your feet. Why? If you can hear it and you can feel it, that puts you in the present moment. Have a trigger, have something to go to get you into the present moment. You step out of the box, get your practice swings, pick out a focal point, spot on your barrel of your bat where you're trying to hammer the baseball. Maybe it's a foul pole like Evan Longoria talks about in his E60. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Maybe it's the pitcher, but you take that deep breath on that focal point, and you get in the box ready to go to work and ready to compete. Look, we've already said you got to be in control of yourself before you can control your performance. How do you get control of yourself? You got to breathe. The breath, the sound of the dirt, the feeling of the dirt. That's how you get in the present moment to give yourself the best chance for success on that pitch. Here comes the pitch. Ball 1. Go through your routine. Get ready for the next pitch. Here comes the next pitch. Oh, fastball down the middle. You take it. Strike 1. What are you going to do? How are you going to release? See, the guy who's going to win in this game of baseball is the guy that can handle the adversity, the guy that makes adversity their advantage. The guy who walks up, goes down 0-2 and goes, "Ha, my advantage. I've seen 2 pitches. Every time I see another pitch, the advantage is in my favor." I mean, if you were walking to home plate 0-2, would you already be beating yourself up? Would you already be losing the mental game? Would you already be down? Or would you go walking up there going, "Here comes the best 0-2 hitter in the game"? Because you got to think that way. When we talk about confidence, confidence is a choice. You can't be searching outside for confidence. You can't be looking for the approval of your parents, the approval of your coaches, what they're going to say about you on the blog. You can't concern yourself with the opinions of others. Look, the lion does not concern himself with the opinion of sheep. So why are you? Your opinion's got to come inside out. Your confidence has got to come inside out. You got to rip that chest open, take a look inside, and trust the body of work that you have invested into this moment, because separation is in preparation. And if you're not preparing mentally, you will be exposed. If you're not preparing mentally, your time will come and you will break. But if you are preparing mentally, when that same time comes, you'll expose others. That same time comes, you'll break through mentally. You see, adversity introduces a man to himself. And when that adversity shows up, do you run or do you run towards the roar? You see, every morning in South Africa, the lion and the gazelle, they get up and the hunt begins. Every day you get up and your hunt begins. And the gazelle know that they have to outrun the fastest lion if they're going to survive. And the lions know they got to track down that slowest gazelle if they're going to survive. And the lions work together. You see, they understand team. Together, everyone achieves more if team, total effort of all members. And they get the adult lions on one side and the baby lions on the other side. And the adult lions roar and put the gazelle into a frenzy, panic mode, red lights. And the gazelle go running in the other direction into the waiting jaws and waiting paws of the baby lions. And what happens? The lions get to eat. But the gazelle make the one critical mistake. You see, when they hear the roar, they run in the opposite direction. They got to run towards the roar. They got to say, "That's a difficult thing. Bring it on. Get some," and head in that direction. You got to stand up to the difficult thing. You got to attack the difficult thing. You got to run to the roar. Speaking about lions, let's talk about the jungle, because baseball is the jungle. The tallest animal in the jungle, the giraffe. The strongest, the elephant. The fastest is the cheetah. But the lion is the king of the jungle. Why? Because it hunts. It hunts pitches. It hunts opportunities for work. It hunts greatness. It hunts process. It hunts present. It hunts productive. You see, the lion is the king of the jungle. It attacks. What are you attacking? What are you hunting? You want to play Major League Baseball? You want to have a chance to give you the best chance for success? Head over to briancain.com/baseball. Check out my free 60-minute masterclass where I walk you through exactly what I've done with these 950 professional baseball picks, with these national championship winning programs, with these national players of the year and high school state champions. The time is now. The place is here. I can't do the work for you, but I can show you the path that if you're willing to walk, you will get the results that you're looking for. Don't count the days. Make the days count. Head over to briancain.com/baseball.